Okay, I look tired. We're gonna do this. It's been a long week. Okay, let's do this anyway. It's my husband and I's birthday month, the month of April. And last year I decorated a birthday cake for our birthday. And while decorating and showing you guys me decorating the cake, I did a Q&A. I thought I'd do something similar this year, but the universe said no. It was a long week, and I decided to try anyway on our birthday to bake a cake. Actually, it was like the day before our birthday. I decided to bake a cake. I had forgot I was baking the cake, the joys of ADD, and burnt the cake. Anyway, so I burnt the cake, and so I ended up making another one. Which ended up kind of sucking because I ran out of ingredients for the first cake. Like had enough ingredients just to make that first cake that I burned. So I had to make some substitutions. It kind of worked out, but it's not the prettiest cake. I assembled it all together and I kind of ended up oopsing it a little bit because I forgot to stick a dowel into the cake. I can English. A dowel into the cake until I was all done doing the crumb coating, and then was like, why is it not sitting right and it's now leaning? Yeah, a dowel would help for a tall cake. Anyway, so I finally stuck the dowel and I went to go decorate the cake. I even started videotaping. Look, I can like insert a little clip of me decorating the cake, and then I knocked it off the plate, and not only the plate, onto the floor. I actually caught it before it fell off the table onto the floor. And my fingers went into it and everything. Yeah. So yeah, the cake kind of died. At that point, I kind of was just between life circumstances, failing on this cake twice. I just kind of rage quit, slapped the rest of the black frosting, gray black frosting on, and called it good enough. It was like, here's your cakes. Um, so yeah, that's what happened. So here's a picture of the half finished, or the kind of put together cake. It's supposed to be a mama penguin and a baby penguin, but I didn't put the orange beaks and feeties on because I rage quit. And so they kind of look like owls, and I kind of don't care, and I don't care that it's not finished and it looks cute. I was done. I was done with these cakes. So I've decided that with making the dresses I want to make that are based off of characters, such as Disney characters or in the future anime characters or whatever. I've decided I'm going to draw the dress design beforehand before actually making the dress, and show you guys me drawing slash coloring these dresses and explain my ideas and thought process, and then in another video actually make those dresses, or in other videos I'll make those dresses. So that's what this video is going to be, is me doing a Q&A and showing you 3 dress designs that two of them I plan on making this year, one of them eventually. That's what we'll show. First is me wanting to redo my Snow White and what that will look like. And I'll go and talk about like that as I'm drawing it, and then answer some questions, go back to talking about my drawing and answering questions. We'll go back and forth and back and forth. So that's what this video will be about. So we'll see how that all works out, because I've never done anything like this. Also, if you guys like the drawing videos, please let me know and I will make more of those. Because I actually kind of had fun drawing and coloring. I'm kind of new to digital drawing and coloring. So I'm still kind of learning the ropes on that world. I obviously feel like I need to do better at coloring. Drawing, I think I've grasped. Coloring, I feel like I need some help on. Anyway, so I enjoyed doing that, and I thought maybe I should make videos about that. If you guys like that, that's okay. If you don't, that's cool too. I'm just figured I would make designs beforehand because I do feel like that helps me with executing my dresses. Okay, voiceover Raven time. So, as you can see on part of the screen is going to be my drawings, or drawing right now. We are going to start off with the Snow White dress. I
have made the Snow White dress in the past, last year in 2025, but I did not like the way it looked and kind of felt like I could have done better. So I thought about it and thought about it and actually decided to revamp it, redo the whole top, and kind of go with a 1950s diner look is kind of what my inspiration was of, the button down front with the little collar and the little cuff sleeves. So that's kind of what was my inspiration for the new Snow White dress whenever I get around to it. So how this is going to work is I've actually in the past drew a really rough draft of the dress, and now I'm going to go through and do a pretty little drawing over the top of that, and then I'll end up coloring that and shading it, and you'll see that stuff. And then towards the end, I'll probably talk a little bit more about the colors and everything I chose when the dress is all done being drawn and colored. In the meantime, I will answer birthday questions.
I have separated these questions into stuff about sewing and then like personal questions. And we'll see what ones I get to. So, what is my favorite dress design I have made? Probably my Tron dress. I could probably insert a picture. I don't know how this is all going to work, but I could probably insert a picture. If not, go look in the description box below or somewhere. I will link the video playlist of me making that Tron dress. It was a really hard build. It also came at a really hard time in my husband and I's life. But it came out so beautiful and I love it. So what age did I start sewing? And did I take, okay, so somebody asked, what age did I start sewing? And then another person asked, did you take any sewing lessons? I'm actually gonna put those two together. And I answered this last year, but I'll answer it again this year. When I was 8, 9, 10-ish, my mom started teaching my sister and I life skills, such as, how to clean certain things in the house, like how to do laundry, how to play the piano. Sewing was one of them. And my mom actually taught me how to sew. First it was a pillowcase, then some PJs, and nightgowns, some pajama bottoms, I should say, and then nightgowns. But yeah, my mom taught me how to sew around 8, 9, or 10. I can't tell you what year I was, but my mom was the main person who taught me how to sew. When I got into high school, I did take one sewing class, but I took it as an easy A because I already knew how to sew and I needed to take an art class, so sewing was my easy A. What is a sewing skill I would like to master? That one's hard because there's a lot of skills I would like to master that aren't sewing. Probably corsetry. I would love to know how to make corsets. I've actually bought corset books, patterns, everything, all the boning structures and a grommet press and grommets and everything to build the corset. I have spent years studying how to build a corset. I have just not executed it because I just haven't executed it. So I would love to learn how to make corsets and master that, but I need to actually spend the time to do it. Okay, so I had these 3 questions that are gonna kind of play in together. How often do I wear my dresses or my projects? I wear them all the time, several times a week. If I'm not wearing PJs, like a comfy t-shirt or a hoodie and PJ pants, then I am wearing one of the projects I made. Or if I'm outside doing yard work, then I generally wear jeans and a t-shirt. But yeah, otherwise I do wear my projects all the time. Then the next question that kind of follows with that is if I end up not wearing one of them, what do I do with it? If I don't wear one of my projects and I don't like them, they go into one of my project bins or my need to mend pile. Like I have a pile on top of my scanner of dresses that I like and I want to wear them again, but I want to change something about them. Like I need to fix the sleeves, or it's the Snow White dress where I really want to revamp them. I have other ones that are in here in the bins that I have made and then I just don't like that style on my body anymore, and I want to revamp them. So, if I have revamped the dress too many times, like I have one dress where I have tried revamping it, upcycling it so many times that it's now more scraps than it is a dress, more tinier scraps than it is a big piece of fabric that I can make dresses. At that point, it does go into my fabric scrap bins. I have multiple, they're color oriented. So I have one that's like all black, one that's all white fabric, and then colors. But I have multiple bins of just scraps, and I save those for when I need little tiny pieces of fabric for a project, or if they get too small or I get too many, I will put them in a pillowcase and fill up a pillowcase of fabric scraps, teeny tiny fabric scraps, or ones that have been in my fabric stash pile for a while, and fill up that pillowcase with scraps and then close it shut, and then give that pillow that's filled with scraps to a animal shelter, and they use it as a pet bed. And I only put fabric scraps and strings in there because I don't want like needles or anything, paper, to hurt the animals. So that's what ends up happening with my dresses. I either revamp them or they go into the scrap pile, and then eventually when they're cut into too tiny of pieces to do anything with, they go into being pet pillows. So
I would like to hurry and tack on right here that I actually do have a couple dresses that I don't wear very often, such as my Tron dress, my Danganronpa, my vampire dress. They are more very costumey dresses or really difficult builds that I don't like to wear very often because I don't want them to break. And so I actually have them hanging up in my closet, and they just stay there in my closet till I have an occasion to wear them, such as cosplay events, Halloween, or Comic Con. So they just stay in my closet till those moments and need arise, and then I wear them. But there's very, very few dresses I have that are like that. So I just wanted to tack on that clarification on those special occasion dresses I own. But things like my Evil Queen dress or Snow White, when I revamp it, I actually have those in my rotation and I wear them all the time. So anyway, I am done drawing and coloring the Snow White dress. This is what it looks like. The skirt, I'm going to use the same skirt as before. Like I said before, I'm going to use a 1950s kind of diner style with the button down front and the little trim on the sleeves and a white collar. I'm thinking about either going with a white or yellow buttons. But I haven't quite decided which one. I'm pretty much leaning towards the yellow one because Snow White has like a yellow line on the front of hers, the cartoon ones, so I was kind of inspired by that. After drawing this, I'm still not sure if I like the red belt or not. I do need to like see if I can edit that out and see what that looks like without the red belt. But that is for future Raven's problem. Right now, this is what the design looks like. I'm still iffy on the belt. So let me know what you guys think about the belt. Yes or no. Anyway, so next is Ariel from The Little Mermaid, and I do plan on making that either in the month of May or the month of July. Still haven't decided which month. I was 100% inspired to make this dress off of this 1950s mermaid cocktail style dress. Like, it is a cocktail dress in the mermaid style, and it is beautiful. I saw it and went, Ariel, I need to make this as Ariel. So yeah, that was 100% my inspiration for this dress.
okay, now do I sell any of my dresses? Heck no. I've done that a couple of times. In the past, I have made a wedding dress and a prom dress, and I will never do that again. They were commissioned. They're people I knew who said, hey, I have this event coming up and I really love your dresses. Can you make me a dress? And it was really hard to get those girls to come over and try on the mock-ups or try on the dresses to see if they could fit and move in them, because that's what you do when you make a dress. First, you make a mock-up, make sure it fits the person, especially when you're doing a dress for somebody else. You try on a mock-up, make sure it fits them, they feel comfortable in it, that they really truly like the style. And then you move on to making the actual dress. And with every step of the dress, you have it try on, make sure it fits, it's comfortable, they like it. But getting the girls to come over and try on a million different try-ons was the hard feat. And then after that, yeah, only to have them wear it for one day, it kind of like, at the end of the day, kind of hurt my feelings to be like, wait, you're only wearing this for a handful of hours. And I spent weeks on this and fought you on this. And there was actually one time I made a dress for a girl and she ended up liking the mock-up more than the original dress, the finished product dress. So I finished the mock-up, took it all apart, rebuilt it, and made it as a finished dress, and then gifted it to her. But yeah, I won't do it again. If you're talking about one of my dresses I've already made that I no longer like or no longer fit in or whatever, no, I don't sell those because, like I said, I put them in my revamp pile or my upcycling pile, and I do something with them. But no, I don't sell my dresses. No, won't do that again. The person actually asked what dress am I most looking forward to making. I'm gonna tack on to this year because there's a lot of dresses I look forward to making. But this year actually this dress right here, the Ariel dress that I am drawing and coloring out for you guys right here. Actually, I'm really looking forward to this dress. I don't know why. I don't like Ariel as a Disney character, a Disney princess. And I know this dress design is not going to be something I would like and prefer on the daily basis, but I think it's just something out of my league and something new for me, and I'm kind of excited, and I think it'll turn out really pretty. What sewing machine do I use? I actually need to come over and show you guys this, so this is my sewing machine. Yes, it's on the floor because I'm in the middle of doing another project. It is the Brother VX1435. My mother bought this for me when I first got married 1.5 years ago. It is just a basic, boring sewing machine. It can't really do anything. It literally can do 14 different types of stitches. You can see all of them up there at the top. That's it. That's all it can do. Not very much, but I love it. It's gone through the ringer with me and back, and it can take a beating. So I love this thing, and I thank my mother very much for this because I have spent a gazillion hours on it and it's still running like a champ. So thank you, Mommy, for my birthday present 1,000,000 years ago. Oh, if you guys want to know the other sewing machines I have, back here behind my garbage can. So back here is my other sewing machine. This is actually my serger. It is a Singer Quantum Lock, whatever, down there. It needs to be maintenance, and then I'm missing technically the little thing that holds up all the strings. I still need to find or build that, and then my husband needs to maintenance it, make sure it's all running. But we've never gotten around to that, so I've owned this thing for several years and I've never used it. So this right here is my embroidering machine, this old piece of thing. It's a Singer, once again, Quantum Futura, but I should use it as my normal sewing machine because it can do so many wonderful things. Look at all these stitches it can do. It can do so much. But I only really use it for embroidery, and it is a jerry-rigged thing. I use brand new modern software to get whatever I want to embroider, and then I transfer it over to the old school 19. I have a laptop that literally only runs a Windows 1998. I think that's what it runs. It's a Windows 1998. The software only runs on that kind of on that old school machine, old school computer, and that's the software it uses. So this is a really old embroidery machine, and it uses really old software. But once again, I married a computer engineer, so he understands how to make the workaround and helps me with my workaround of getting old software to work on an old embroidery machine using new technology. So it's a funny little workaround, but it works for us. And hey, this embroidery machine cost me like 25 bucks. So okay, I'm cool with it. Why I don't use it as a normal sewing machine is, oh, that's dusty. Why I don't use this as a normal sewing machine is I prefer my other machine, my brother, that my mom gave me years ago. It's just, I prefer working with it. I've worked so many hours with it that now I'm kind of like biased to that machine. Anyway, plus my mommy gave it to me, so it's cooler than a $25 machine that I found at the thrift store. So, hey. Anyway, back to the drawings and birthday questions.
So back to talking about Ariel's dress design. I pretty much copied her in her mermaid form. So the purple shells are the purple little ruching up there at the top. And then her green tail is the mermaid style rest of the dress. But because I do not wear sleeveless dresses, I do plan to get like some sand colored fabric and cover up the shoulders with that sand cover fabric, which is apparently a nightmare to find. I also plan on making the purple and the green part out of silk, so it should all hopefully look really fancy, really pretty, and I hope it looks fantastic when it becomes a final dress. Now I am working on drawing the Moana dress. I'll talk more about this dress design at the end of the drawing and coloring it. So I'll see you at the end of that and the questionnaires.
Okay, now on to personal questions. So, personal questions. What is my favorite anime? Probably right now, Dress Up My Darling or Fruit Basket. Fruit Basket will always probably be in my top 5 tier, top 3 tier. But mostly I like shoujo animes such as Fruit Basket, Maid Sama, Dress Up My Darling, Ouran High School Host Club, Special A. I like those ones. I do love like Sword Art Online, and I love only season 1 and 2 of Sword Art Online. Once we get past like Gun Gale, I really, is it Gun Gale? Well, there's one after Gun Gale where they go back to the elf land. Once you get past those four seasons that are technically 2 seasons, once you get past those first ones, I don't care. I don't care for the movies. I don't care for the rest of the other seasons. If there's other animes that I like Maple, which is I didn't want to get hurt, so I maxed out my defense. I really like that one too. But mostly I like shoujo. So shoujo animes. A place you would travel to if you could. On my travel bucket list is probably, I've always wanted to go to Scotland, just because it looks like a fantasy. It's such a fantasy land. But I'm afraid if I go there, I'll never want to come home. But at the same time, I know it rains there a lot and it's cloudy there a lot, which would feed my depression. So don't think I would want to live there, even though I do want to live there. Another place I would like to go is New Zealand. My husband and I love New Zealand. We love the idea that you could go to the ocean one day and then go to the mountains and go skiing the next, or on the same day we could go skiing and then go to the ocean because they're so close to each other. We love the idea that there's more sheep than people, and I don't like the idea of everything coming out there to kill you because that's New Zealand, as everything tries to kill you. But New Zealand, we love New Zealand. We love New Zealand. But once again, I'm afraid if we go to New Zealand, I can't get my husband to come back home. Like he will stay there and never leave. I would also love to do a church tour of Jerusalem, where you could see all the places where Jesus went and everything, and where he died and where he was on the cross and everything. I would love to do a church tour of Jerusalem. And probably our top pick for my husband and I would be a Japan tour. But I would love to go in the spring when there's the Sakura Festival. And I would love to do like Tokyo and some of those things, some of those big touristy things. But I would also love to go see historical Japan, see things from different time periods and eras, and learn more in depth of their history and see it and feel it and be part of it. I would love to do that stuff, like more the off the beaten track historical parts of Japan. And my husband actually knows a lot of Japanese because he watches way too much anime. So it would be cool because then he could go and speak Japanese to everybody, and practice his Japanese to actual Japanese people. If you could have a dinner with a famous person, dead or alive, who would it be? I have no idea. None whatsoever. None. I have no idea. So sorry. Sorry, I have no answer for that. What is your favorite flower? Sakura. Sakura. In case you don't know what sakura means, it's Japanese for cherry blossom. They have known for their beautiful cherry blossoms, and they have festivals all for these cherry blossom trees. But no, sakura. Sakura. I love sakura art. I love sakura festivals. I love just the pretty blossoms on trees, especially the pink blossoms that are on trees. I love sakura. So it's technically, I mean, it's technically a flower because it's a blossom, but it's not like a normal flower people would think of. If you want like a normal flower, I would probably say roses. Roses, because I like roses. They're everywhere. I have them everywhere. They're behind you. I have a rose right here. I have roses right here. I have roses right here and there. I do love roses. I do love the art design of roses. I have rose bushes out front. They're really hard to keep alive here in the East, but I like roses. But my favorite is sakuras. Do you have any pets? I never see any in your videos. No, I do not have pets. I had very few pets growing up, and now as an adult, I don't think A, I have the patience for that. B, I could keep them alive. I can barely keep myself alive. I don't think I can keep a pet alive. I do sometimes think getting something really small like a betta fish or snails or something, it's something easy and maintainable because I want to build a lot of terrariums, and I have actually a few in my house, and I think about getting snails for them. My husband and I would love to build an aquaponics, so we think about getting fish for an aquaponics all the time, but no, not really. If I did get a pet, it would be something simple and easy to take care of like that. Something to go with my plants, but no, I don't have any pets. I don't think I can keep them alive. I can barely keep myself alive. ADD is a real problem, depression is a real problem, and they're not conducive to keeping pets alive. At least I don't feel like they are.
So I'm wrapping up drawing the Moana dress here, and I thought I would talk about it. So in the Moana movies, I know that Moana wears a red top with black writing on it, black drawings on it. I could not find any fabric in my local area like that. I can only find it with white drawings on it. So that is what I will be working with, just because that's what I could find. And then I know in the Moana movies, I know I did not color the sleeves. I didn't feel like it. I know in the movies Moana wears like a burlap wrap skirt, which is why I have the little wrap going on around in the front, and it's probably 2 layers of a skirt, one up being a normal circle skirt and then like a half a circle skirt on the top. And then she has little yellow flowers. I didn't feel like doing the yellow flowers, so I went with like a yellow trim, a wide yellow trim to represent the yellow flowers. I don't really like that idea here in the drawing, but I might change that and actually make some like fabric flowers and just tack those onto the skirt instead. Which is why I want to do these drawings, to see what I like and what I don't like before executing the final dress and wasting fabric that I don't need to, and then altering it and changing it over and over again. But anyway, this is my Moana dress design, and I just wanted to show you that with you.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed to get to know me more with the Q&A and get to see my future dress designs that I hope to make this year. At least 2 out of the 3. 2 out of the 3 I hope to make this year. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell notification and all that fun jazz. And I hope you all have happy birthdays whenever your birthday is, whenever it is throughout the year. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. And staying here all the way to the end. And yeah, thank you for watching. I guess that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.